The recent controversy of cash for inquiry has rocked national politics. TMC MP Mahua Moitra has been accused of taking bribes from businessman Darshan Hiranandani to ask questions in parliament that suit the latter's business interests or harm those of his competitor Gautam Adani. It is alleged that Moitra took cash up to rupees 3 crore, iPhones, Apple products and also luxury items like shoes, scarves, bags from luxury brands such as Hermes, Louis Vuitton. BJP MP Nishkant Dubey has written a complaint against Mahua Moitra to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla for an inquiry against the accused MP and sought her immediate suspension. Here is a brief background of the case. A Supreme Court advocate named Jai Anand Dehadrai wrote a letter to BJP MP Nishkant Dubey where he presented irrefutable evidence linking Mahua Moitra to businessman Darshan Hiranandani. The advocate in his letter also informed about a formal complaint to the CBI against Mahua Moitra. The pamphlet has accessed to the letter and formal complaint to the CBI by Jai Anand Dehadrai. Dehadrai has alleged criminal conspiracy from 2019 to 2023 by Mahua Moitra for putting forward questions in the Lok Sabha, furthering business objectives of Darshan Hiranandani in exchange of bribes. She is also accused of giving access to her login credentials to the Lok Sabha portal to Darshan Hiranandani. It is alleged that through this, Moitra and Hiranandani had three aims. First, to further Hiranandani's group's business interests and for its various business entities. Second, to directly target PM Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and various other functionaries of the Union Government of India by linking them to the business activities of Adani Group. And thirdly, to specifically target Gautam Adani and his company Adani Group, by whom Hiranandani's directly owned corporate entities had lost energy and infrastructure related contracts. Now, according to this complaint, Mahua asked 51 such questions to achieve the above mentioned objectives. The pamphlet analyzed the questions asked by Mahua Moitra in the parliament, and here is what we found. In the CBI complaint by Jai Anand Dehadrai, 51 questions have been mentioned. We have cross-checked these mentioned questions with the Digital Sansad for fairness. The first question asked by Mahua Moitra was in July 2019 regarding Paradip Port. The question was about an MOU between Adani, GAIL and IOC H Energy. GAIL had signed an MOU with Paradip Port Trust for a gas terminal but was abandoned in 2015. Mahua questioned the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas seeking details about GAIL and IOC's collaboration with a private party to purchase interest in Dhamra Fort, a project that was significantly more expensive than the Paradip Port. Dehadrai has alleged that a Hiranandani group company was an interested party as it won a bid for the Paradip natural gas pipeline. Another question she asked in November 2019 was regarding the service quality of telecom service providers. She asked for the statistics on level of service provided by the telecom service providers in India in a query to the ministry. The last 3 years worth of data were needed, broken down by state, UT and TSP. Also, she was looking for historical information on call drop rates and proportion of calls with good sound quality broken down by TSP and area. On this question, Dehadrai has alleged that just a day after this question, Yota, a company owned by Hiranandani, hired a former Reliance Jio executive to expand its data centers. In July 2019, Yota announced it would invest rupees 1,000 crores in building a data center. Back in 2012, Hiranandani Group was eyeing something that Jio brought in, a connectivity revolution. In the same month, Mahua Moitra also asked about handling capacity of Kolkata Port Trust. She requested information from the Ministry of Shipping on the amount of cargo and revenue earned by KPT broken down by cargo category. She also wanted to know about the KPT's plans and current initiatives for promoting port development along the Hooghly waterfront. According to Dehadrai, the Hiranandani Group had entered into an MOU with KPT and therefore it was an interested party in the matter. In December 2019, Moitra asked the Ministry of Home Affairs about the checkposts alongside India-Bangladesh border. The MP requested information from the ministry regarding the growth of integrated checkpoints between West Bengal and Bangladesh. She also requested that updates on each project's status be included. She also wanted to know the status of the agreement between Bangladesh and India that would allow trucks to pass freely in order to increase trade. Now it is being alleged that this question was also asked because the Hiranandani Group has a significant investment in Bangladesh, meaning that the group sought to avail free movement through the border. In December 2019, she raised a question regarding the agreement between a private entity, Paradip Port and GAIL. She questioned the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas whether any agreement has been signed with any private entity for rupees 46,500 crore on protracted techno-commercial discussions. If so, the name of the entity and the details of the procurement guidelines of CVC in this regard, and whether any agreement has been signed between GAIL and government-owned Paradip Port for rupees 2,500 crore for the same project. If so, the details thereof along with the reasons therefore. According to the advocate, this question directly targeted Adani that he acquired the contract without the tender process, thus violating the CVC guidelines. Interestingly, this allegation was repeated in 2023 during the Adani Hindenburg row. Hiranandani has been expecting to connect coast of West Bengal to Bangladesh since 2016, and Adani's involvement on the ports to this end obviously hinders his plans, given the fact that he has already invested in Bangladesh separately. Mahua Moitra also inquired about nation's 5G readiness in February 2021. She had asked the Minister of Communications about the status of 5G readiness of the country and the steps being taken by the government. Interestingly, Yota, a business owned by the Hiranandani Group, has applied for a license for global mobile personal communications by satellite license, making it a purported direct beneficiary of the issue. In August 2021, Mahua Moitra asked the Ministry of Civil Aviation about allocating airports to the Adani Group under PPP mode. She requested details about the transfer of 6 airports from AAI to Adani Group under a PPP model, including Adani's request to invoke COVID-19 force majeure, losses suffered by AAI, security clearance from the Ministry of Home Affairs, and whether any precautions were taken to protect personal information. According to the complaint to CBI, Adani Group was a direct target by this question from Hiranandani Group. In 2016, Hiranandani Group and others pulled out the bidding race to build Navi Mumbai Airport, which is now being built by Adani Group. Adani Group took over the airport construction in 2021. In July 2021, the TMC MP had asked the Ministry of Finance about the foreign portfolio investors holding stakes in Adani Group companies. Notably, it led the SEBI investigation against the Adani Group. Now, this one can be termed as the biggest thing in this entire list. According to Dehadrai, the green signal for this question came directly from Hiranandani, as the businessman wanted action against Adani in this case. In March this year, she had also asked the Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas about Adani-run Dhamra port. She inquired about the Dhamra LNG terminal's payment, take-or-pay provisions, anticipated imports, pipeline status, overall capacity and rates with the ministry. Hiranandani Group owns Haldia Port. Dhamra is owned by Adani. Hiranandani Group tends to build a pipeline through the corridor running into Bangladesh. Dhamra is coming in a way which is a massive port with a capacity of catering to needs of both Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. This becomes relevant when the Kakinda-Vizag-Srikakulam gas pipeline is about to be completed by 2024. The above-mentioned questions were solely based on targeting Adani. However, there were several other questions which targeted PM Modi or other government departments. Some of the questions were allegedly just to benefit the Hiranandani Group, as stated by Jay Anand Dehadrai. For example, in March 2022, Moitra asked the Ministry of Finance to provide information on alleged misuse of central agencies. She asked the ministry about the Supreme Court's warning to the ED regarding the PMLA's usage. She also inquired about changes to the PMLA, rules for ED seizure enforcement, and the government's stance on reparation for innocent individuals whose assets were seized by the ED. Notably, Hiranandani Group was raided by IT department across 25 premises during the same time as the question was asked. Another such question was asked by Mahua in February 2022 to the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways to provide the roadmap to phase out diesel vehicles to be replaced by electric LNG. Now, Dehadrai alleges that Darshan Hiranandani has been keen on increasing dependence on LNG, as he mentions an interview of Darshan Hiranandani. Quoting this interview, H Energy was keen to create long-term partnerships with gas consumers and LNG suppliers, adding that it had plans to build LNG retail infrastructure to support the use of LNG and CNG as cleaner transport fuels. As of now, Mahua Moitra has moved the Delhi High Court seeking a gag order on publication of news regarding the cash for queries controversy. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla too has referred the complaint to the Ethics Committee. What is interesting to note here is that American billionaire George Soros in February this year had said that Gautam Adani's troubles in stock market after the Hindenburg row would lead to democratic revival in India. The regime changer businessman who runs a maze of NGOs and other organizations which actively work to create and build political narratives had earlier pledged $1 billion to destroy nationalism in India. Recently, during his visit to the US and the UK, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi had also met aides of George Soros. The timing is significant considering this is an important election year with the general elections just a few months away, where Narendra Modi is seeking his third term as Prime Minister. Rahul Gandhi too has been targeting Adani in the Lok Sabha as well as in his election campaigning. Could it be possible that targeting Adani and by him PM Modi is a part of George Soros' plan to destabilize the current government? If you like this video, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also do not forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram.